Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Schumann Stadium here on the campus of Ball State University, where today WIW-TV and Indiana Wesleyan University bring you CIC high school football action. It's a football extravaganza as all 8 schools in the CIC have come to battle here on the field of play this afternoon at Ball State. This is our 4th game of 4, and I'm Roger Alcock along with my partner today, Ron Vermillion. On the field for us this afternoon will be Kyle Johnson and Shaylee Clark. And Ron, we're just about ready to get this one underway. Should be a great ball game. Mississinewa and Eastbrook. Mississinewa owned Eastbrook last year. Eastbrook maybe looking for a little revenge.
Roger, different year though.
Yeah.
Eastbrook has most of their team back from last year. They're coming in at 5-0, and they look like the odds-on favorite going into this game.
Eastbrook takes the kickoff on the reverse after kickoff. It was a good kick from Walton. The Panthers bring it out across the 25, out near the 30-yard line. They'll set it up 1st and 10 from the 30, and we'll get it underway from there. Yeah, of course, Mississinewa last year, Daly at the tailback. We had probably 300 yards in the regular season, a game we had here on WIW-TV, a 35-21 victory for Mississinewa. They don't have Daly this year.
No, they don't. And, of course, Coach Jeff Adamson for Eastbrook never met a ball he didn't like to run. So watch for a lot of running game in this game, and very little passing, maybe 2 or 3 passes all game long.
Well, first play from scrimmage from Eastbrook. Liddick hands it off to, I think that was Luke Elliott with the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 8 after the pickup of 2 yards. No gain on that play. That time for Barajas. Met at the line of scrimmage. And Kurt Funk is fired up over on that Mississinewa sideline. They did not play very well last week. Mississinewa did not.
And they've got something to prove here. And, of course, like we talked about last year, they owned Eastbrook, and they want to do the same thing again today.
Liddick rolling out to his right, throws across his body, has his man at the 45, out across midfield, down to the 40, well, let's call it the 47-yard line for Eastbrook. That was Justin Reese with the reception, and Eastbrook getting up to the line of scrimmage, moving very quickly here.
They're going out of a no-huddle offense right now, and that was Liddick throwing to Reese, and good pickup.
Handoff. No, it was not a handoff to Elliott. That time Jackson Liddick keeps it, picks up a yard, make it 2nd down and 9.
Roger, what we're going to see going in here, they run this wing tee to a perfection, and they put a guy in motion most of the time. Really, it just looks like you're dealing cards as you come through, and that time it was the last man through who got the ball.
Peyton Watson with the carry. On 2nd down, he picks up 4 yards. It'll be a gain of 4, make it 3rd and 5, a long 5 here for Eastbrook. Opening drive of the football game for the Panthers.
Eastbrook on the move, and of course between Peyton Watson and Andrew Barajas, I say it right here, they've got almost 1,000 yards rushing in just the first half of the season.
That pass by Liddick was almost picked off there by Mississinewa. Number 30 was Brad Pavey. And so it'll be 4th down for the Eastbrook Panthers. It is a hyper-speed pace down there for Eastbrook.
Eastbrook came out, moved the ball down, and when Eastbrook has to throw and the running game is not going, that's very uncomfortable for them. And I think that is what Coach Kurt Funk wants to happen, is make them throw.
Good punt there for Eastbrook. Fair catch taken down at the 15-yard line by number 27, Anson Briner of Mississinewa. They'll have their first possession of the football game. They'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. You talk about taking teams out of their game. That's what Elwood did to Mississinewa last week. Mississinewa threw the ball 41 times. I don't know if they threw 41 times in a season.
It's Eastbrook wouldn't throw 41 times in the season. I think they've only thrown 19 through the first half of the season. But they sure depend upon Sharon and Ormsby to carry the load, and then they'll throw the ball some 10 to 12 times a game.
Sharon, the tailback, hit at the line of scrimmage, is pushed back. A gain of 2 yards on first down, make it 2nd and 8.
What we're going to see then out of Eastbrook is a lot of a 3-5 look, and they'll roll their outside backers up at times to make you think they've got a 5-man front. They come hard with the linebackers, and that time they stuff that ISO play right at just 2-yard gain.
Cade McCoy, the quarterback, under center, takes the snap, picks it to Sharon. Right side has a big hole. Out across the 20, the 25, first down yardage and more. A gain of about 12 yards on that play for Sharon, and the first down from scrimmage for Mississinewa.
That was student body right that time. That's what we used to call it back in my day, was student body right. Just a little pitch coming out there, turning up, picking up 12 yards. And like you said, this game is so fast-paced right now. Neither team huddling, both teams going without the huddle, and making this a quick game thus far.
Hand off to Sharon, once again right side. Gets across the 30, up to the 32-yard line. A gain of, let's call it 5 yards on that play, make it 2nd and 5. Student body right, that was old USC and John Robinson.
That sure was, and that was that time was just a little off tackle, but Sharon's got 400 yards for the season thus far, averaging about 80 yards a game, and he's their workhorse, with Ormsby running for about 300 yards.
McCoy under center, pitches it left side this time to Sharon. He has big yardage out near midfield and hauled down at the 50-yard line. Sharon barely touched the ball last week against Elwood. They're going to make sure he gets some touches tonight.
And he is impressive thus far. They're getting out there and getting a turn down on the outside backer for Eastbrook. And thus far, 2 first downs and 2 of those tosses coming outside.
1st and 10 for Mississinewa at midfield, looking to march now inside Eastbrook territory. That time, an inside handoff to the fullback. He gets a couple of yards down to the 47-yard line.
Ormsby running the ball, and with the little trap action that time, the right guard pulling across and kicking out the down tackle. Mississinewa having a big time with that interior 3 and 4 that Eastbrook is giving him.
First carry of the evening for Ormsby. Sharon with the pitch once again this time to the right side. Only a gain of 2 yards though on that play.
Barajas, we know him as the runner for Eastbrook, but that time from his linebacker spot came across and scraped down the line, got the tackle, and just gave up about 2 yards.
First possession of the game for Mississinewa as we take a look at that replay, but already 5 carries for Sharon.
And you know, this is what Kurt Funk wants to do. He wants to keep this clock running, keep the Eastbrook offense off the field. And something's going wrong right now because Coach Funk decides to take a timeout.
First timeout of the ball game. We're going to send it down to the field. We're going to check in with their man on the sidelines, Kyle Johnson.
Thanks, Roger. I spoke to head coach Jeff Adamson of Eastbrook about some of the keys to the game for Eastbrook, and he said size is a big thing. They're a lot smaller than Mississinewa. Hopefully their speed will counter that, but he's a little bit worried about Mississinewa's size. I also mentioned next week's game against Oak Hill. Maybe looking ahead to that, he said not at all. They're focused on tonight's rivalry against Mississinewa. Back to you, Roger.
All right, thank you, Joe Buck. I mean, Kyle Johnson.
You know, he's exactly right. And I tell you what, Mississinewa and Eastbrook are backdoor rivals, and we talked about this last year when they played. They don't like each other.
Nope.
They just don't like each other because they both play the same type of rock'em sock'em, get right in your face football. And you're right. Mississinewa definitely, with their line, has the advantage, averaging some 240 across that line.
In motion, that's Cody Cowgill. McCoy drops back to pass, under pressure. And he's going to go down back at the 40-yard line. And that time the pressure got to McCoy. And a big loss on the play. That's a loss of somewhat 13 yards.
They sent everybody. They sent the linebackers. Will Bratcher got there. He kept running from him. Bratcher finally brings him down at the 40-yard line. Now they're looking at 4th and forever, and I think it's time to get rid of the ball and look out for Eastbrook this time.
Gabe Retz back to kick it away for Mississinewa. A little bit of pressure, but gets it away. Nice punt. Fake reverse. Over here to the right side. A lot of running room. And he's going to go the distance. Untouched down the sideline. Touchdown Eastbrook.
Caught the ball about the 30-yard line, and they ran a fake reverse. They got a nice blindside tackle on number 7, Ormsby, for Mississinewa. And he went down, and when he went down, there was nobody there to stop him. A 70-yard run back and a touchdown put Eastbrook on the board.
I think that was Andrew Barajas. I'll have to be honest, from up here.
It is hard.
With the black jerseys and the red letters, it's very difficult to see. But if that was Andrew Barajas, had to make his dad extremely happy. Gonzo Barajas here at Ball State. Been a huge help putting together this CIC day here. Extra point is up, it's good, and Eastbrook takes the first lead of the ball game 7-0.
Well, I talked about how Eastbrook has a chance now to show what they've got. They didn't let the offense out on the board. You've got 3 parts to your team. You've got your offense and your defense, Roger, but sometimes the overlooked difference maker is your specialty teams. Eastbrook specialty teams on the punt return that time blocked. Got a great wall. Nobody got through that wall except who we talked about, Ormsby, early, and they got a blindside block on him. And it was just run until you see those 7 points. And Eastbrook's up now, and it's a big blow to Mississinewa because they came out, and I thought they really played good offense and good defense early in this game.
Well, I tell you what, Barajas, I don't know if anyone got within 15 yards of him on that play.
No. After he cleared the 40, nobody got close to him. It was just run until you crossed the goal line.
Eastbrook getting ready to kick it off once again.
Quite often the overlooked part of both teams is our special teams, as I said. And now you've got Mississinewa with a chance to let their kickoff return team return the favor as they're going to receive this ball from Eastbrook.
Cody Kramer with the approach, gets the kick, heads towards Cowgill, who takes it at the 18. Makes his cut across the 30, the 35, out to the 40-yard line, out to the 41. So a nice return that time from Cody Cowgill, who gets it out to the 41-yard line for the Indians.
About a 26-yard return. He picks it up on the 15. But that time, what a nice interior wall Mississinewa's return team set up. And he gets 25 yards. Great field position for Mississinewa in their second possession.
Cowgill split out to the left for the Indians. Cody McCoy under center. Excuse me, Cade McCoy, as Cowgill now goes in motion to the right. Play action. McCoy's going to keep it. And he'll get his about 7 yards, 6-7 yards out across the 45-yard line, out to the 48 near midfield.
We'll get a chance to watch Eastbrook's defense. Will Bratcher playing that nose for Eastbrook. And right here, he's chasing him down. He's the one that chases him out of the pocket, and that's number 36, Will Bratcher, really giving the center for Mississinewa fits, and Will's not very big.
McCoy pitches it to Sharon. Sharon left side is tripped up after a short gain. Gets 3, well, let's give him 4 yards, and now it will be 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and short for Mississinewa. Again, going without the huddle, trying to move quickly here.
Again, we're looking at Eastbrook's 3-man line. It looks like a 5-man line, but he'll tell you those 2 guys on the end are linebackers, and they will drop out when they show pass.
Handoff inside to the fullback for Mississinewa that time. That was number 7, Costin Ormby. It's enough for the first down.
Ormsby, again, he's quite the runner for him with almost 300 yards rushing in the first 5 games. As you said last week, the running game for Mississinewa was almost non-existent as they put the ball up over 40 times.
Handoff to Sharon. Picks up 2 yards, give him maybe 3 on that play. Already 7 carries for Sharon. He has 44 yards. Of course, he had the one gainer of 17 yards, the big play, as we take a look at the replay.
On the replay here, it shows that they're running an ISO. ISO, when you hear that term in football, it means the fullback leading up on the first linebacker he sees, and they get 3 yards.
Second down, call it 7. Cowgill in motion. Pitch to Sharon, right side, hemmed in, turns it up, gets inside the 40. Nice move there to get it down to the 38, 37-yard line. Sharon looked like he may have gone down for no gain there, but fights his way for a few yards.
I was just getting ready to say he got that all on his own. He had 2 blockers that pulled out in front of him, and they both whiffed on their blocks, and he broke 2 tackles to get up there to make it an easy 3rd and 1 situation.
Ormsby doesn't get much, but he gets enough for that first down. Picks up 3 yards, so it'll be another Mississinewa first down. Mississinewa had a nice drive earlier. Looks like they're putting together a pretty good drive here.
Yeah, their offense is just not, you can't question it. And really, the only thing that you question so far is their punt team, because the only points that are on this board was on a specialty team punt of a 70-yard return.
Here's McCoy. Sharon, big hole up the middle, inside the 25. A gain of 11 yards on that first down run. Gets it to the 23-yard line. Another Mississinewa first down.
And they're almost ready to go again.
Is there a timeout before the play?
They were wanting to get Eastbrook so they weren't set. And I think they might have got him with 12 guys in. Maybe not. Maybe they called it no play.
Not exactly sure if the ball was not set, but in any case.
Here's the ISO play that we just saw, and certainly Ormsby leads up, and Sharon gets the 12-yard gain.
Sharon, another carry, this time working the left side, picks up 5 more yards. It'll be second down.
You know, there's nothing new in football. You know, here West Coast offense, you hear all different kinds of offense. This is just old 1950s and 1960s power football, where you use a fullback to run over a linebacker and let your tailback go.
Jim Harbaugh never goes out of style.
Oh, that's right. And you're right. It's just rock 'em, sock 'em, get right in your face and move them out.
Sharon already with 10 carries. This time is Ormsby. He's at the 10, the 5, near the goal line, brought down just shy of the goal line. We'll spot him down at the 1, but that time the fullback found
the
hole.
it was a trap. I don't know if we're going to get a replay here, but it was a trap where the guard comes across from right to left and kicks out in a wide open hole.
Boy, quick snap there. No signal yet.
No, he didn't make it.
Oh, touchdown now is called.
Wow, what a late call. And what Coach Funk is trying to do, he's just trying to outquick Eastbrook. He's trying to get them before they get set, and his kids are coming off, and they got fire in their eyes. They answered that 70-yard return with their own. Right here is the little inside trap. That's what I'm talking about. And Ormsby just comes down. He gets tackled. I'm not so sure that he didn't roll in, actually get the touchdown there by rolling in on an Eastbrook man, but they pick it up nonetheless, and the game is now tied at 7-7.
Yeah, with the extra point, we're all tied up, 7 apiece, 2:27 remaining here in the first quarter. And Ole Miss responds to that Eastbrook big play touchdown with a very impressive drive.
And
touchdown of their own.
That's what I was trying to, you know, if you don't know Grant County football, Eastbrook and Mississinewa have been going at it tooth and toenail. That's an old term. After each other, and so I'm telling you what, Mississinewa, they're not going to be intimidated by a 5-0 record.
No.
They beat Eastbrook twice last year, and they're going to try to beat them again this year.
Well, Mississinewa's 3-2, 2-1 in the CIC, and they, after last week, they feel they didn't even show up,
No.
and they really.
I think they were looking forward to this game, and they maybe look past Elwood. I don't know.
Well,
but
Coach Funk even mentioned that in the paper prior to the Elwood game, that was a trap game. They couldn't look for it, and maybe they did.
Well, they obviously have come out ready to play in this game. I think you're in a different stage here. You're on the Ball State campus. You're playing under the lights. You're playing on a college football field. And, oh, by the way, Mississinewa, from their standpoint, we'd like to knock off the 5-0 Eastbrook Panthers.
Joshua Walton getting ready to kick this one off for Mississinewa. They have a shorter pooch kick towards the right sideline.
Nice kick.
Taken by Barajas at 20. He went for the handoff and he dropped the football.
I think Mississinewa got it.
The Indians think they have it. We'll wait and see. Nope. Boy, a break for Eastbrook. See who's at the bottom of the pile. And that was Zach Kettering.
That little trickery almost cost him the football, as there was not a good pocket as he tried to put it in on the reverse handoff. Here we see it. He's coming up. He's trying to hand it off right there, and there was no pocket given. That was Tyler Bennett that he was handing to, and they were lucky to get the ball back.
Jackson Liddick under center for Eastbrook. Quick handoff here. Elliott over the left tackle has about, does he get 11 yards?
This is one of the mainstays of that wing tee, is bringing that fullback off tackle once you've made the jet fake and then bringing it up.
1st and 10 for Eastbrook. After this play, we're going to check in with Shaylee Clark down on the sidelines. Just a power run that time by Luke Elliott. Gains 7 yards in that first down. Let's go down to Shaylee Clark on the Mississinewa sideline.
Well, I was talking with Coach Kurt Funk right before the game, and he said his main goal for the team was to come out strong and eliminate the other team's plays. And although Eastbrook did come out kind of strong and they did score a touchdown, so is Mississinewa. They come out and they're not giving up the fight. They're showing the true spirits of here to win the game. So back to you, Roger.
All right, thank you very much, Shaylee. First down on that pickup. I think that time it was Elliott, a gain of 4 yards. Well, he's a powerful runner, isn't he?
I'm just thinking that myself. What a strong runner he is. Little fake reverse action here.
Barajas, short gain. Kurt Funk is fired up for this ball game.
All right, Kurt Funk.
He is working the officials
always
over there.
Fired up for Eastbrook. I will tell you that. I think Eastbrook has set the standard for Grant County football. Bud Osmond has certainly done his job over there. And, of course, new coach at Madison Grant, Kyle Brewer, who used to be one of Marion's assistants, has got a lot to come up and match.
Oh, let it go in deep, incomplete pass. I think that was Bennett who had broken free, actually Peyton Watson.
Yes.
And Jackson Liddick just overthrew him a little bit. I would always think, though, if you're coaching quarterback, you want him to overthrow it rather than underthrow it.
Oh, you do. And when you throw fades, you throw it away out on the sideline. Yeah, that's a good coaching point right there, Roger. I didn't know you had it in you, but certainly that's one of the things you do. And that when he sent him deep, he sent him on what we call the seam route. He just overthrew him.
Liddick hits his man out here on the right flat. First down, no, short of first down, excuse me. It gets out across the 45, out to the 47-yard line. Connor Shearer with the catch that time. Jackson Linnick, though, showing a little touch. That's not an easy pass he just threw.
We talked about coming in. He'd only thrown 19 times for the half, or for the first half of the season, and he's thrown about 5 or 6 times already in this first quarter. So Coach Adamson changing his offensive philosophy a little bit and putting it in the air. Watson
Stops, went in motion, stops, goes back. Now there's going to be a timeout Eastbrook. They look a little confused. That'll be the second timeout. Now, on that 4th down, I thought that was 3rd down. Wasn't paying attention. It's actually 4th down. They're going to make sure they're going to get it right here.
You know what? That's good use of a timeout. Even though there's only 21 seconds, the clock, he went out of bounds. So the clock was stopped. I think he was hoping he would get the a quarter break to put in a play. He didn't get it. You get 3 timeouts for the half, and generally you don't burn them all. So a good use of a timeout. And I think what you're going to see maybe is who we've been impressed with so far, and that's Luke Elliott. Maybe see him take the load. And actually, they're in a
they're going to kick it away now.
Punt formation.
Heisman Skeens back to return this kick from Eastbrook. Good snap. Nice punt. Drives Skeens back inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Mississinewa will have it 1st and 10 there. Good punt there by Eastbrook, and a fair catch by Skeens.
A nice punt, some 35 yards, but really surprised me that down on the 50-yard line, Coach Adamson did not go for it. So that's respect for Coach Funk's defense that he has out there.
7-all here with 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Most likely the last play of the quarter. Ormsby, the fullback, takes the handoff. Gets about 3 yards on the carry. Across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Surprised me in the fact that Mississinewa not throwing as much as we thought they'd throw. Eastbrook throwing a little bit more than here's the play, just straight ahead dive, and I think it was more just to kill the clock and get into the second quarter.
Well, that is the final play of the first quarter. All tied up at 7. We're going to take a quick break. Watching CIC football action here on WIWTV and WIWTV.com.
They say I've been handed a heritage. Now it's time to leave a legacy. I will. We the team with the recipe. You can talk about it, I don't let it get the best of me. Why? Cause we're under his shield. Ain't too many people get to know how it feels to be the nation champs only under his will. And we putting everybody right in front of us, still fearless. We enter in the season, no miss. Team with the spirit, everybody know this. Glory to the Father, hooked us up with the assists. And we praying for the roster, checking people off the list.
Back here in Schumann Stadium, Roger Alcock along with Ron Vermillion, our spotter Corey Key. On the sideline is Kyle Johnson. We're going to check in with him.
I bumped into Eastbrook AD Brad Yorty down here on the sidelines. Asked him a little bit more about this rivalry. I said, how long has it been going on? And he said, I quote, forever. He said they hate each other down here. Doesn't matter who's good or bad. Both these teams will always get after it. And I mentioned the 2 losses last year Eastbrook had. He didn't seem too happy, but the crowds down here for Eastbrook, very loud. The student section has cowbells. It's loud when they scored. Back to you, Roger.
Big pickup on 1st down there from Sharon.
Just a little ISO there coming out with Sharon. And that's what Mississinewa loves, is that little fullback lead up on the linebacker and pick up of another Mississinewa 1st down.
McCoy under center, has Cowgill in motion. Sharon just straight ahead that time. A gain of 8 yards that time on 1st down.
Coach Funk kind of declaring, we're going to run against you, Eastbrook, as the last 2 times, Roger, they've come out in two tight ends, an I set and a flanker, and that's old football. I told you this stuff that he's running is nothing but old 50s, 60s Ball State power football.
Sharon already with nearly 85 yards on 12 carries. Still 11 minutes to go in the first half. Gets it once again. That time he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. He dove forward, though, and fought his way towards that first down marker. I didn't think he was going to get the first down, but he's very close.
Yeah, in fact, they've already put up the 1. It's one of these things, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. You see out here, he's getting that ISO lead again with Ormsby leading the way. And this workhorse, we're going to see him get some maybe 25, 30 rushes from the line of scrimmage if Mississinewa continues to dominate time of possession with the run.
Well, the game right before this, Noah King had some 35 carries for Oak Hill, 220 yards, something like that. There's a fumble on the play, and Eastbrook has it. Sharon had it stripped away from him, and the Panthers come away with the football. I was just about ready to say, in a game like this, the big keys could be turnovers, and that first turnover of the ball game.
Yeah, as he came in, he turned his back, and I think we're going to see it right here. Nice toss out there to him. He gets forward. Right here, you see, number 7, Tyler Bennett, come in and rip the ball out of his hand and just take it out, take it away. That's a steal. That's what you see at the next level and even at the pro level, people coming in and ripping the ball out, and that's totally legal.
Tyler Bennett with not only the forced fumble, but the recovery. Liddick unloads it, has his man overthrown his intended receiver at the 27-yard line, but pretty good looking throw that time from Jackson Liddick.
A surprise throw as far as I'm concerned, coming out on first down. I learned a lot of my football from a guy named Dick Lutens, and he always told me when I was offensive coordinator for the Giants, you come out and throw on first down once you've established a run because they're expecting it. And they came out play action that time, had the guy wide open, just overthrew him.
Barajas gets the handoff on the sweep. Hit at the line of scrimmage. He's able to get a couple yards. Give him a gain of 3. Barajas, not a big guy, is he, Coach?
No. Little jet sweep right here, little handoff from that wing spot. He comes up there, and I think you said Barajas, all of 130 pounds, 5'4". Yeah, he's making a big impact, but there's not much of him.
Here's the Thunder as Elliott gets the handoff, and he plows his way inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. It will be an Eastbrook first down. Tell you what, this is like a basketball game right now in terms of pace. Both these teams just getting to the line of scrimmage and getting plays off.
Elliott, as you said, he's quite the runner, breaks tackles, gets up there, gets those extra yards for you, and Eastbrook once again is on the move. I'm really impressed, though, with Mississinewa's defense through a quarter-plus amount of time.
There's a reverse, and turning it upfield was Peyton Watson, a couple yards in that carry. Barajas took I think he took the original handoff, a quick reverse. I don't know that there was enough action to fool the defense.
Right there, handoff, double handoff reverse. And when you have those 2 wings out there, it has to be quick. A nice play, but Mississinewa reacting well and just giving up 2 yards on that reverse.
2nd down and 8. Eastbrook, inside handoff to Elliott. Not much running room there. He's able to fall forward, gets it just inside the 35-yard line. So a big 3rd down coming up here for Eastbrook. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Right there, and he's what we see is the bigger Mississinewa line, defensive line coming through and stopping him right there for just a 2-yard gain.
That handoff once again on the inside, very close to the 30-yard line. It'll be just shy of the 30. And so on 4th down, Eastbrook's looking at a 4th and really a long one.
I don't think there's any choice. You got to go for it, and you got to get Thunder back there. Elliott getting that yard and a half that they need.
Elliott. Now Bennett in motion. Elliott gets the handoff, plows his way inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 4 yards and a first down. Luke Elliott now already 43 yards on 8 carries.
Roger, I've coached against Jeff Adamson for a long time. On short yardage, he always gives it to the fullback. It's hammer time, and he has a fullback that'll run low and get you those yards that are needed.
There's Barajas inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Pretty good blocking on the interior there for Eastbrook on that play.
And it has to be because he's not very big. Look at this. He gets the handoff. Nice turn upfield, gets north and south in a hurry. You know, he does come down fairly easy, though, because he's only 130 pounds, 5'4" young man.
Second down and short. I think Bennett was on the carry that time. His forward progress got him close to the first down marker before he's pushed back. He'll be short of the first down mark. We'll make a third down.
Look, as we see it, the thing that impresses me is look at the big boy right there, number 70 for Evan Wilkins, just driving him out and keeps him from that first down.
6'4", 275, Wilkins in there. Elliott, handoff, but it's enough for the first down. He didn't need much.
No.
Needed a yard, and he got 2.
Yeah, and at short yardage, you know, you can do all you want, but the ball is going to go to Elliott, and he will pick you up 2 yards on that short yardage situation.
Now there's a timeout on the field. I think it was called by Mississinewa.
Looks like it.
6 minutes and 52 seconds to go here in the first half. Eastbrook 7, Mississinewa 7. Boy, this has been a very fun football game already.
You know, we thought maybe there'd be a lot more scoring, especially from Eastbrook, but Mississinewa's 5-man front defense has really done well against this Eastbrook offense. So well, in fact, that Coach Adamson has thrown a lot more than he normally does. And he, rightfully so, because they can't move those big honkers down there on the line out, giving up just a couple of 3 yards a run unless they get outside. So right now you got to say kudos to that defense for Mississinewa to hold this high-scoring, quick defense or offense that Eastbrook has.
On the sweep, Barajas gets the corner, turns it up, knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. A gain on the play of 7 yards, make it 8 yards, make it 9 yards for Barajas. It'll be second down and 1. The 13th play of the drive. Excuse me, that was the 12th play of this drive for Eastbrook. They are moving it down the field and keeping the clock moving in their favor.
And that's what I was going to say. More importantly, keeping the clock running in this 7-7 ball game.
Elliott kicks it out, puts his head down, gets down inside the 2, down to the 1-yard line.
And here's the handoff with Elliott.
Now, this is the play previous.
Oh, this is the play. He really tries to get going north and south, runs a lot of east and west, which means towards the sideline, steps out of bounds, and Barajas with that quick speed just did not get a chance to score then.
Boy, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. That time nowhere to go for Elliott. No gain on the play. And now it will be, well, we're going to give him about a foot on that play. Second down.
Maybe 1.
Second and goal from the 1. Bennett. Excuse me, that's Jackson Liddick now getting ready under center. Elliott once again into the end zone this time. And it's an Eastbrook touchdown. They take back the lead 13-7.
Just a surge forward by the Eastbrook offensive line. I don't like the fact that I'm talking about the fact that they aren't moving them, but that time they got a hole and And who else you going to give it to right now other than the big boy as he takes it in?
A 15-play drive for the touchdown, and now the Panthers will attempt the extra point. Ethan Kramer gets it up through the uprights, and it is now a 14-7 ball game. But Ron, 15 plays. That's a pretty impressive drive, capped off by this 1-yard touchdown run by Luke
At any
Elliott.
level, it's an impressive, let alone right here. I told you that Eastbrook probably wasn't going to throw it much. I think they just threw it once or twice in this series. They're going to grind it down, and they're going to use Barajas to get them 5, 6, 7 yards. And when they need the short yardage, they're going to hammer inside with the big boy, Luke Elliott, and he'll get those hard yards for you on the inside. Barajas on the outside, an occasional pass. That's the formula for a 5-0 season thus far for Eastbrook.
Yeah, 12 carries already this evening for Luke Elliott. Most of those carries in the 2, 3, 4-yard variety, but he does have an 11-yard gain and a 9-yard gain, so he's not going to break a 50-yarder,
No.
but 10, 11 yards at a pop mixed in that makes for a pretty effective fullback.
We've been really impressed with Mississinewa's offense too, but when you have a 15-play drive, that offense is just sitting on the sideline there, and that's what a good offense does. It keeps the other team's offense off the field so they can't score.
Well, Kramer tees it up, getting ready to kick it off. Cowgill and Heisman Skeens back deep to receive for Mississinewa. Good kick by Kramer. Sends Skeens back inside the 10 to the 8. Gets it out to the 20 to 25. And there he is brought down at the 27-yard line. That hole that was there closed up pretty quickly.
It did. But again, I think they played too far up. The kick here goes deeper than what he wants it to go. That takes him back. He loses a little momentum. Gets it up to the 25, 27-yard line, wherever they spot it right here. Had he been back there and caught it with a forward motion, maybe got a little bit more.
I didn't get a chance to see the number, but that was a pretty good open field tackle that time. Cade McCoy will have 6 minutes and 14 seconds to try to move this Mississinewa Indian team down the field and tie this one up. Handoff inside to Ormsby. That time only a yard on the carry. That Eastbrook defense starting to tighten up just a little bit.
And I was what I was noticing here with Eastbrook's defense, they had 9 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Usually, I mean, that's inviting that long fade route or something like that. When you bring guys up that, what they're telling the Mississinewa Indians is, you may run against us, but we're going to move our guys up a little bit and try to stop that. 4
wideouts now for Mississinewa. I don't think we've seen this formation. The shotgun, quick hitter to Cowgill. Catch is made and completed out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Pick up a few yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Cade McCoy with a nice arm that time. He threw that bullet right in there because his receiver was well covered. And nice arm, though, on the young sophomore.
Mississinewa spreads it out once again. Sharon shifts to the right of McCoy. He gets the hand up. Oh, and he's met in the backfield and taken down right there. Reading it perfectly for Eastbrook that time. I think that was Alex Gunter with the tackle.
It was Alex Gunter coming through. I don't know if we'll see this on a replay or not, but he came right through. Nobody picked him up and met him in the backfield, and what a takedown it was. Here we see it. Nobody picks him up. That's what you call an Olay block. You know, you're playing Matador and letting that guy go through.
Getting ready to kick it away. Oh, nearly blocked, and that is a short punt that's going to take a bounce at midfield, and then it'll roll in Mississinewa's favor inside the 45, and it'll be spotted down at the 42-yard line. So 4 minutes and 13 seconds for Eastbrook now to try to extend their lead.
Number 45, Blaine Altram, that time is the one to put the pressure on the punter. That ball went straight up in the air. Unfortunately for Mississinewa, it didn't go very far. And that was just an extra effort play to try to block it, and he didn't get the block. But, you know, when you get less than a 20-yard punt, the effort was well paid off.
Handoff inside to Luke Elliott. It's maybe a half a yard. Make it 2nd down and 9, but not much running room that time for Luke Elliott.
He ran right at Ben Stevens, 6'4", 240 pounds of Ben Stevens, and Ben Stevens said, no, you don't.
Here's Barajas. He gets it out to the 45. They get 3rd down now, 3rd and really a long 7 needed for the 1st down. This would be a big stop for the Mississinewa defense.
And right now, Eastbrook playing kind of conservative on those first 2 plays. Look for the pass coming up here. I don't think they have any choice but to put it up.
Elliott way up close now. Liddick checks his wrist, sends Bennett in motion. Now the throw on the run, and it is caught, complete, out. Well, inside the 45-yard line. I think that was to Justin Reese.
Yeah, it play action that time to hold the backer just a little bit on this crossing route. Here we see Reese coming across, and he finds him right there about 8 yards deep. He threads the needle between 2 defenders, and they pick up a 1st down.
Boy, Liddick had to put that ball exactly in the right spot. Luke Elliott after the 1st down. No, keeping it and handing it off to Barajas that time. Barajas fooled me. Didn't really fool the Mississinewa defense, though. Picks up 2 yards.
You wouldn't think with a young man his size at 130 pounds he'd be that much of an athlete, but he sure is. He's got the quickness. He's got that maneuverability that he just kind of slides through.
Watson gets the handoff.
Oh,
Breaks
wow.
free at the 35, the 30. Heading towards the corner, the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown. Peyton Watson.
Peyton Watson that time gets stopped at the line, does a little jump cut. I think we'll probably see it come up here, but you see at the line where he gets stopped, he does a little jump cut to the outside, and once he does that, the outside backer had overcommitted, and there was nobody once he broke the line, and this kind of opens up this game just a little bit.
41 yards from Peyton Watson, and just like that, with this extra point now up and good, 21-7. Eastbrook now with a 2-touchdown lead.
Here we come, and here comes Watson coming out. He gets that little jump cut out there. He turns the corner. He's in a racehorse mode. Looks like 13 has the angle on him. No, he just outruns him and gets into the end zone. What a nice extra effort move by Peyton Watson to get that 41-yard touchdown.
How often do you see on big plays, big runs, where it's really up to the tailback to beat one man, to break at least one tackle?
And see, Mississinewa's thinking, that's going to be a tackle at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a good play for us, but the tackle was not made. He made the extra effort to jump out of the, and we teach that. I mean, all offensive coaches teach that little jump cut where you get hit and then you jump away from the man. He did that, turned it up, and you know, it's that little extra effort so far, especially on the last 2 touchdowns, that have made a little difference for Eastbrook to take this 21-7 lead.
Peyton Watson has carried the ball 5 times, has 49 yards, 41 of them coming on that last play. But that's that change of pace with the power of Luke Elliott. Then you throw Watson in there, or Barajas, or maybe Bennett.
And it seems like, oh, you know, just hammer with Elliott. But then a Watson comes over, breaks it, and then 6 more points on the board.
This time the kick by Kramer is taken at the 18-yard line. It steams out across the 20 to 25. And taken down at the 27-yard line.
Well, you know, it looks like Mississinewa's lost a little bit of their steam. I think going into halftime, which we're just 2 minutes and 23 seconds away, you're going to see Kurt Funk get that enthusiasm that they had coming out back up. Because when you lose your edge, Eastbrook's going to jump all over that. And so far, I don't think they've quit yet, but certainly 2 big plays for Eastbrook have put them in a pretty comfortable position at this point.
McCoy is back in the shotgun. 2 tight ends, though, in for Mississinewa. Now in motion to the right is Skeens. Sharon picking his spot. Gets it out across the 30 up to the 32-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards, make it 2nd down and 5.
What a nice tackle from behind by Brendan Wallace as he chases him from Sharon from behind, from the right going to the left, and gets to behind the right at the line tackle.
Let's make it 2nd and 6, a gain of 4 in that play. Clock is running as we're under 2 minutes now. Coyne looking to the sideline, gets the play. Sharon. Oh, he was slipping as he went down and then helping him to the ground. It's one of the Eastbrook defenders that time.
That's that outside backer. Looks like he's an end.
I think it was Justin Singer.
And I'm telling you what, it's not as bad as it looks here because he's on his way down, but he did get stuck.
Actually, that was number 45, Blaine Altum.
And Blaine Altum has made 2. He's the one that made that nice effort on the punt that set Eastbrook up last series.
3rd down pass up ahead, caught out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Catching that was Cody Cowgill, and he took a lick, but held on to the football.
Peyton Watson, I thought, had a chance to go. Watch him here as we see this replay. He has a chance, I think, of going after the ball. Instead, he lets him catch it, and then Watson tackles him and takes him out of bounds.
1st down. Rolling to his left is McCoy. Stops, comes back. Still on his feet.
Nice
tucked away across midfield. 45-40. 1st down yardage and more. Now there's a flag on the play. Big run that time by Cade McCoy.
Alice Sharon that time got him the key block to get him going up, breaking the play. I don't know what the call is going to be here. They threw it after he jumped the man, and it's going to be a hand, illegal hands there.
Blocking the back.
Yep.
Let's see if we catch it on a replay or not. But so the big play that time is going to be negated.
On the offense, 10 yards from the spot of foul.
Here we see on the instant replay, he gets the 32 here, puts the pressure on him. He comes back right here, coming up right here is his key block. Right there's your block, your illegal block. Yeah, we just saw that.
Block in the back on the offense will still remain 1st down.
Nice scramble, though.
Well, with the penalty after the pickup of the 1st down, somehow it's 1st down and 8. Oh, that play was blown up, illegal, and not, I was going to say not illegal, incomplete pass for a moment. I thought that might have been.
That hurt. I will tell you that the one where he fell down, that didn't hurt so bad, but that one hurt. And nothing worse than having a quarterback hang his receiver out to dry like this happened. And he'll feel that tonight when he goes to bed.
Well, I was looking to see if that might have actually been a lateral. It was not.
No, it wasn't. But, wow, what a hit and what a good defensive play. And once again, Eastbrook has stopped Mississinewa, and they have to go again from long yardage, 2nd and long.
The coin pump fake, still has it. Goes down the sideline, and it's picked off at the 40-yard line. Intercepted by Eastbrook. Let's see who that was. I think it might have been Tyler Bennett.
Right here coming off 16, 36.
Well, it might be number 1, but I don't have a number 1 on my roster.
It might be Will Bratcher, too. That ball was just underthrown. We're going to see that on replay here. And he does a nice job of waiting. He has the man open right here. He just underthrows it. And that is number 7 there.
That is Tyler Bennett. You know, it didn't look like McCoy had his feet set and just, as you said, underthrew it just a little bit.
He was going to his left, and for a right-hander going to your left, if you don't get that left shoulder around, which he did, it takes a lot off of it, and that's going to be the last play of this quarter.
Well, you see a very fired-up Eastbrook football team heading out to our right, and they should be fired up. A big second quarter for the Panthers. They have a 2-touchdown lead. It's 21-7. Eastbrook over Mississinewa. But Mississinewa has certainly shown some signs that they're capable of putting drives together in some big plays.
Yeah, a couple penalties have hurt them. Just some one missed block here, one missed block there, a couple penalties, and they've gone from a 7-7 real tight ball game to 21-7.
All right, well, 21-7 at half. We're going to take a halftime break. We'll be back with the second half of action just a little bit here on WIWTV and WIWTV.com.
They say I've been handed a heritage. Now it's time to leave a legacy. I will, we the team with the recipe. You can talk about it, I don't let it get the best of me. Why? Cause we're under his shield. Ain't too many people get to know how it feels to be the nation champs only under his will. And we putting everybody right in front of us, still fearless. We enter in the season, no miss. Team with the spirit, everybody know this. Glory to the Father, hooked us up with the assists. And we praying for the roster, checking people off the list.
Well, welcome back to Schumann Stadium here on the campus of Ball State University. We're at the half. The Eastbrook Panthers have the 21-7 lead over the Mississinewa Indians. We're going to take a look at the first half stats. It was close in the first quarter, but Eastbrook certainly pulled away in the second quarter. 21-7. There you see the score. 36 yards passing for the Panthers, 12 for Mississinewa. 128 yards on the ground, 113 for the Indians. So 164 yards for Eastbrook. But when you take a look at rushing yards, Ron, pretty comparable.
Yes, it really is. The little inside game that both teams have been pretty impressive with the fullbacks that they run and on tailback too for Mississinewa. But I really like the way both teams came out. It's just two little turns of events that put Eastbrook out. And of course the run back that we saw on the punt return really put them in the driver's seat from the very get-go.
So Mississinewa actually had more first downs than Eastbrook, but of course the big punt return for the touchdown, Barajas with that, and Eastbrook was able to take advantage of one of those Mississinewa turnovers, convert that into points, and so that's the difference in this ball game.
Yeah, it's Eastbrook's ability to sustain drives has been the difference. The big play too. You know, you look at one series where they went what'd you say 15
play drive. Their fourth
probably half a quarter, and then a blitzkrieg where you punt to them and they run 70 yards for a touchdown. And other than that, it's an even ball game, but unfortunately for Mississinewa, it's a 21-7 game at halftime.
All right, we're going to check in down on the field with Kyle Johnson.
Thanks, Roger. I spoke with Coach Adamson about Eastbrook's performance in the first half. Very happy, he said, to have the lead 21-7 at halftime. I asked him about any adjustments. He said nothing major, a couple maybe adjustments on defense against the spread offense of Mississinewa. Now we're going to set across the field to Shayla Clark for an update on Mississinewa.
Right, Coach Funk was saying that the team really did play well the first half, and that's what they talked about during halftime. But he said they gave up 2 big plays, and then they also turned the ball around, so that was their biggest problem. But he says they're playing rivalry, so he plans for the confidence to stay up, and he's ready for a good rest of the game. Back to you, Roger.
All right, thank you very much, Kyle and Shaylee. And Ron, Mississinewa gets the ball to start this second half. That first possession of the second half could be, I think, really critical for Mississinewa to put a drive together and come away with some points.
It is, and it's especially critical that they take some time doing it, that they show Eastbrook that they can run, that they can pass, whatever they're doing. It would be primarily running from what we saw in the first half, that they can run on this Eastbrook defense. Now, again, this Eastbrook defense is a disguised defense. It looks like a 5 front. It's really a 3 front when you throw, because they're going to drop guys, the 2 ends out for pass coverage. If you don't know what you're going to see from Eastbrook, you can be easily fooled, especially as a passer. And then the running game, they put those big guys inside. The advantage that Mississinewa has, and I think it's going to be an advantage until maybe the fourth quarter, are the big guys up on the line. And we've seen these big guys stop Eastbrook on their run. We've seen these big guys mow over Eastbrook on the offense. But now this is when in the second or the third and fourth quarters when the big guys start laboring a little bit. And this is when I think Eastbrook takes over the game.
Kramer has the ball on the tee, getting ready to kick it off to the Indians. Cowgill and Skeens back deep for Mississinewa, and we're just about ready to get this third quarter underway.
Mississinewa a little different. They've got 6 men up. Usually you have 5, and then they have a 5 dot in the back.
High kick, end over end. Skeens takes it at the 12-yard line. Makes a cut at the 15, out to the 25. And he gets it out to the 27-yard line. So the return from Heisman Skeens will give Mississinewa the football at the 28-yard line. Their opening drive of the second half. First
half, Roger, you didn't see Eastbrook blitz much. You saw them actually defend the defensive line, not really get a lot of depth. Now look forward to seeing if they're going to start bringing those backers, those outside guys, those ends that play. See if they start bringing them a little bit, start putting pressure on the Mississinewa offense.
And Mississinewa was effective running the football out of their power formations, but once they got down 2 scores, they went away from that a little bit. It's hard to be patient with the run when you're behind.
Yeah, and you know, coming out here, just what we thought we would see. They give it to the tailback. He comes up, gets about 7 yards on this carry, and we see him right here. Just the ISO that we've seen this whole game, and he does a nice job pushing Eastbrook players and picking up 7 yards.
Sharon creeping up on 100 yards in this ball game. He's over 90 on his 17th carry. There he gets the handoff once again, picks up a yard this time, and it'll be third and a long one for Mississinewa.
This is where you're going to see the Mississinewa or the Eastbrook line kind of pinch down to the middle to stop this short yardage, thinking that they'll either run the quarterback sneak or run Sharon right up the middle with the ISO.
Cowgill split out wide to the left. There's a mix-up in the backfield. McCoyne keeps it, and he fights his way, and I think he may have got the first down.
Well, it was a mix-up, but if McCoyne gets it, it's because of the effort that he made. Right here we see the 2 of them bump into each other, Sharon and McCoyne, but McCoyne has the presence to keep pushing, and he does get the first down.
1st and 10 for the Mississinewa Indians. Ball just shy of the 40-yard line. Mark it at the 39. Inside handoff. Ormsby just powers his way for 5 yards out across the 40 to the 44-yard line. He was hit about at the line of scrimmage, but just bowled his way ahead for 4 or 5 yards.
Just straight ahead dive. And he doesn't get as much credit as what Sharon does, but he does all the blocking on those ISOs for Sharon, and occasionally he gets the carry, and he does have about 300 yards for the season.
33 yards tonight on 7 carries, and there's a false start on the Indians. And boy, they didn't have many penalties in the first half, but they were costly, and this one doesn't help.
No, you just get on your first carry on first down, you pick up 5 yards, and now you move, and you're back to 2nd and 10. Short yardage, you see the tight end on the right side there jump, And you wonder why the other 11 didn't move with him. But
second and 10, a whole different scenario than second and 5, isn't it?
It sure is. This is either look at your outside game here or look at the passing game.
McCoy under center. Hands off to Sharon. Just tripped up at the line of scrimmage, dives forward for a gain of 2 yards. And now it will be 3rd and long for Mississinewa. 3rd and 8. Ball at the 41-yard line.
Mississinewa was not in this position a lot in the first half. They got those. They got the ball to 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3. Now they're looking 3rd and long. And this, again, you're looking at a passing situation or some kind of trickery.
McCoy rolls out under pressure. Throws on the run, incomplete pass, but there's a flag on the play. It's most likely a hold.
Yeah, I saw it. The defensive lineman on the left side grabbed
on the offense.
He grabbed a man as he came through, and you know, it's
holding on the offense. Penalties decline. They 4th down.
You're gonna get the holding every play. It's just whether the officials see it or not. Yeah.
The Panthers will decline the penalty. That'll make it 4th down and 8. And so Mississinewa will be forced to punt it away.
You know, the first best laid plans, they came out, they get 8 yards on the first carry, they get a 1st down, and then they stall. And now Eastbrook, with their long fact that they can keep the ball for a long time, really plays into Eastbrook's game plan right now, giving them the ball in pretty good field position.
Reds gets that punt away. It's fielded by Eastbrook at the 32-yard line and down immediately. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Eastbrook. 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wouldn't they love to put together one of those patented 10-12 play drives and put it in the end zone?
Mississinewa's defense, I thought, has done a nice job on Barajas.
This time Elliott gets the carry. Picks up 2, maybe 3 yards as he gets it just across the 35-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 7. A long 7 to go for the 1st. Eastbrook moving quickly here on offense. They have, as they have all night long, Barajas on the inside handoff, and good pursuit that time by the Mississinewa defense. And I think that was number 30 on the tackle, Brad Pavey.
He did a real nice job of cutting off the angle for Barajas. You get Barajas going north and south. Right here he comes on this jet sweep, and he comes across right here and grabs him from behind. And remember, Barajas is only 130 pounds, so he's going to go down if he's hit by a very big guy at all. That's a
oh, wow. I just getting ready to say this is a big 3rd down for this Mississinewa defense.
On the defense.
And they jump off sides. I don't think it'll be enough for the 1st down, but
still 3rd down.
Now it'll make it 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 6.
And again, a different philosophy here, because now you can give it to your hammer man. You can give it to Elliott and let him come right up there and get those yard and a half that you need.
Elliott, right side, breaks through, across midfield, 45-40, 35-30, and finally hauled down inside the 30-yard line, down at the 28. A big gain on that play for Eastbrook, and just like that, they're deep into Mississinewa territory.
Well, I think everybody knew who was going to get the ball on that short yardage play, but instead of getting the 1 yard, he picks up over 30 as they get deep into Mississinewa territory.
Big gain for Elliott, 35 yards on that carry. He's up to about 90 yards. Gets it back. Works his way forward for a pickup of 7 yards on 1st down.
Well, Elliott came in. You know, we knew that in this offense that they run, this wing T offense that they run, the fullback is going to get the ball a lot. And he's got no short yards, but a big burst on this last one put him in great scoring position.
Another handoff to Elliott. 3 straight handoffs to Luke Elliott. This time gets about a yard. Sets up another 3rd down. The Indian defense desperately needs to get a stop here.
Well, again, I'd give it to Elliott again. I think there's no doubt about that here. No, there is some doubt.
On the sweep, that time it's Watson inside the 10, inside the 5. He's run out of bounds shy of the goal line at the 2.5, 3-yard line.
Yeah, Watson comes off the left wing on this wing T offense and comes in a jet motion, gets the corner turn and gets all the way down. And I guess we're going to call it right at about the 1.5 or 2-yard line.
69 yards now for Peyton Watson and only 6 carries. And it's a touchdown for Eastbrook as Luke Elliott goes into the end zone, and the Panthers are beginning to pull away.
And that's they're showing that part of their offense that just dominates you, and play after play, getting those 3rd and shorts. And every time you get 3rd and short, not having to go very far to get that first down, pays off with the touchdown.
And on that carry, the 18th of the night for Luke Elliott, he's at exactly 100 yards. The extra point is good, and it's now a 28-7 Eastbrook lead.
It's just, we're at that point now where Mississinewa's got to make something happen in this game, or with three touchdown lead, the game is pretty much in Eastbrook's hand.
There was that gain by Watson that got them inside the 5 that set up the Luke Elliott touchdown. And again, you have Luke Elliott just pounding it away. Then you have the speedsters like Watson and like Barajas that change of pace is just, it's hard for a defender.
What are you going to do? Which one are you going to stop? Because whichever one you decide to stop, they got 2 other choices. And right now, it's an 8-cylinder engine hitting on all cylinders right now for the Eastbrook Panthers.
7 minutes and 22 seconds remain here in the 3rd quarter. Earlier today, we saw Alexandria defeat Madison Grant 40-27. Frankton rolled over Blackford 44-0. Then Oak Hill with just a strong second quarter and second half defeated Elwood 26-7, and now Eastbrook is on top 28-7 over Mississinewa. If Eastbrook was looking past Mississinewa towards Oak Hill, well, they focused in rather quickly.
Yeah, and it's what a game that's going to be when those 2 teams play.
Skeen's difficulty handling that kickoff. He's in trouble, but gets it out across the 20 to 25. Had one man to beat who knocks him out of bounds. I'm not sure who that was. It might have been the kicker.
What a nice move that was. He was pinned back there inside his own 5, and he breaks it out and gets out to the 30-yard line, give it to 31-yard line.
Our next high school football game here on WIW-TV will be next Friday, October the 2nd, Eastbrook at Oak Hill. And if this game finishes like we think, we'll have 2 undefeated rivals really in a contest for what will most likely be the game 4 of the conference championship.
Yeah, the CIC conference, and a good conference it is, well represented by the 4 Grant County teams. And you have the 2 top teams coming from Grant County, and it will be an all Grant County affair next week at Oak Hill with what looks like going to be 2 undefeated teams.
That game will be at Eastbrook next week. Now, you know, we talked a little bit in that Oak Hill game, as you see the inside handoff here to Ormsby, that Oak Hill took back possession of the CIC milk can, the traveling trophy.
Yeah.
We heard some Eastbrook fans during halftime. They were letting the Oak Hill folks know that they better not spend too much money on the paint, because they plan on getting that trophy back over to Eastbrook next week and painting it black and red.
Yeah, they paint it every time. There's several layers on that milk can.
Inside handoff, this time to Sharon. Very close to the first down.
Steady diet right now of Ormsby and Sharon has has them moving the ball, and it looks like they did get the first down indeed. You think maybe they have to move the ball, but at the same time, it's their ground game that's actually working well for them. Ground game eats up the time, down 3 touchdowns.
You know, Sharon has very quietly had a nice ball game. 99 yards on 21 carries. Here's a long pass ahead for Cowgill. It's over his head and out of bounds. McCoy that time under a little bit of pressure is rolling to his right.
Yeah, he ran out of pocket and trying to look deep, and he did throw it deep. Just as we say, if it doesn't, if you don't catch it, overthrow it, and that's what happened to the ball. We can see right there the size of Mississinewa's line. Certainly they have the size advantage on that line. Eastbrook probably has the quickness advantage, and that's what has allowed them to get through and put that pressure on McCoy when he throws it.
2nd down and 10. Blitz coming from Eastbrook. Here's the pitch to Sharon, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, actually behind the line of scrimmage, and he may have lost about a half a yard on that play.
That's the toss, and Mississinewa does it as well as anybody. Eastbrook runs it a little bit, but out of that power set, that eye set that they have, it's a good thing to run if you get the blocking out of your wideouts, and that time they just didn't get the blocking on the corner.
4 wideouts now for Mississinewa on 3rd and 10. Definite passing situation. Eastbrook brings 4 under pressure. McCoy is going to go down back inside the 35, all the way back to the 33-yard line, and Eastbrook got to him, Ron, only bringing 4 rushers.
It's and you can see as they go off, it's not they just don't have the same effort that they had in the first half, and right now Eastbrook is turning up the power and really putting the pressure on Mississinewa. And if we get another score here from Eastbrook, it's kind of Katie bar the door.
Good punt from Retz, sending Barajas all the way back to the 30-yard line where he makes the fair catch. Katie bar the door. That sounds like something Gorilla Monsoon used to say back in the WWF.
That's an old Marion idiom, and I know Randall is probably going crazy back there with it, but it's an old saying, and I don't think he's as old as I am, obviously, but yeah, Katie bar the door just means it's probably over because they were coming.
Yeah, if Katie bars the door, all you can do is hunker down.
Hunker down. There you go. No, it's not a Brunner, is it?
Liddick going back pass, has his man wide open, over the head of Peyton Watson, who was uncovered.
Seam route, going straight down the hash mark, and just laid it out there a little bit far. You can tell that from a team that really doesn't throw all that much. I think Coach wanted to go for the big strike right there to put them down 4. It just didn't work out. I think now you're going to see a little more of a run game.
You know, Jackson Liddick he throws a good ball.
He does.
One of those flag before the play.
False start on the offense.
We saw a very good quarterback earlier in the day for Frankton McGuire. He was pretty good, both running and passing. Had a big game in that 44-0 win against Blackford.
Eastbrook long been noted for that wing tee that they run and get a lot out of that, and they can see another movement again.
I think the right tackle
False
maybe
start
jumped just a little
on
bit.
the offense.
When you know from your years of coaching, Ron, it doesn't matter what the score is. That'll drive a coach crazy.
It does. It does. You can teach a lot of things, but you don't teach jumping off sides, or you don't teach movement, and that just drives you crazy because we didn't teach that to you.
2nd down and 20. Watson, he's hit in the backfield, and he's going to lose 4 yards.
Boy, biggest hit of the game, I think, for Mississinewa.
Yep.
Let's see who that was that stepped up there. What a big hit. Maybe Bounds.
Take a look here on the replay.
That is Bounds.
Yep.
Bounds comes up and takes his leg. What a big hit and a big loss.
Well, 3rd and 25. Eastbrook has not looked at a 3rd and 25 or anything close to all game. Liddick under pressure, and down he goes.
Might have
back
got
at
a
the
face
10.
mask. I don't know. Looked like a face mask, but apparently it didn't catch it. So they're going backwards. And it's don't say that Mississinewa has quit, because right now they took a pretty good Eastbrook offense and moved them so that it is 4th and
25, 4th and 30, something like that. 4th and 30 now. Well, Sharon, who's had a big game carrying the ball for Mississinewa, finished that tackle up, that sack, and now timeout is going to be called.
Timeout, Mississinewa.
Mississinewa will use their first timeout here of the second half. 28-7, Indians trail by 3 touchdowns. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but with such poor field position, Mississinewa maybe gets
I think
great.
you bring him.
Yeah,
you
come
bring
at
him.
him.
Because you know what, the best he's going to do is maybe get it out here to the 35 or 40-yard line, even if you let him kick it. So the only thing you don't want to do is run into him.
Yep. That's the key. And as you know, it's hard to teach a high school player, much less anyone at any level, to say go as hard as you possibly can at that guy. Just don't touch him.
We really do teach it. You teach him to go out and come in at angles at about 2 yards in front of where he is actually kicking from, so that you can get the block and not get the but if you come in at bad angles, and it's just not a good deal. So I think Coach Funk is trying to decide what he wants to do. He's got them spread out. It looks like he's just going to cover and try to get a return here.
Heisman Skeens back near midfield. Good high punt. Skeens comes up to the 45. Fights his way for about 4 yards down to the 41-yard line. And there Mississinewa will have it 1st and 10 with just under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. But maybe a quick score here. You go into 4th quarter down only 2 touchdowns. Crazier things have happened, but you gotta get the tide turned your way.
The defense did what they had to on that series. They not only stopped them, they stopped them and moved them back about 20 yards from where they started from. So give the defense an A for Mississinewa on that. Now you got to depend upon your offense to come up and do something they haven't done since the 1st quarter, and that is put a touchdown on the board.
Here's McCoyne under center. Cowgill, his lone wideout. Oh, he dropped the football. He just will fall on it. Be a loss of 3 yards for McCoyne. That's not the way you want to start this drive.
I believe it went right through his legs. He just turned around, and anyhow, that's not the way that you envisioned this series starting.
A loss of 3 yards makes it 2nd down and 13. Same formation. Trying to get Eastbrook to jump. They don't. Here's Sharon. Tries to cut it to the outside. Oh, just tripped up.
I lost the ball.
Now, Sharon thought he was down, but the officials are going to say it's Eastbrook football.
No appeal here. It's Eastbrook football.
Actually, that wasn't Sharon on the carry. That, I believe, was is that Bounds?
Yeah, it was David Bounds. Got hit from behind and stripped the ball. So much for coming back and getting a quick score.
Yeah. Costly turnover there for Mississinewa. Eastbrook takes it right back. See if we can see on this replay.
See this right here. He just loses it going down.
And the ball was definitely loose before he was down. Well, during that replay on the 1st down play, Luke Elliott carries it out to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 7 yards. Well, let's call it 6 yards. And make it 2nd down and 4.
You're going to see, I think, right now, a lot of run. A lot of run and a lot of Elliott and a lot of the
Peyton Watson.
Yep.
and
Barajas.
Barajas.
You're just going to see a lot of those guys running the ball. And I think even when you need a little more than short yardage, you're going to see it run, because right now the clock is against Mississinewa.
Minute 30 here to go in the third quarter. Clock ticking away. Jackson Liddick on the sweep here to Barajas. He turns it up the field and gets it.
He does it
across midfield. First down yardage as he moves into Mississinewa territory to the 49-yard line. Well, it's hard to keep a defense motivated in this situation. And you see the little guy Barajas just running over people.
On the instant replay. I tell you what, our camera guys are doing a great job picking all this up, and those replays that we've seen have been spot on to show everything that we've said. So kudos to the camera guys for being right there.
Inside handoff, Elliott works his way down now to the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 yards, make it second down and 8. Eight carries for Barajas. That's 34 yards. Of course, the big play from him was the big punt return in the first half. Elliott stood up after a gain of a couple more yards. Inside the 45 down to the 44. That may be the final play of the third quarter.
You think it, I mean, it looks like it is going to be, and they will turn it around and go back the other way. And I'll tell you what, I'm thinking they'll run, and at some point when Mississinewa is not ready, they're going to throw it, and somebody will be wide open again.
That indeed was the final play of the third quarter. So as we move into the fourth quarter, it's all Eastbrook Panthers. They're on top of the Mississinewa Indians, 28-7. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more CIC football here on WIWU and WIWTV.com. Back to live action as we begin the fourth quarter. Luke Elliott on the carry. Gets it down to the 41-yard line. It'll be 4th and 2. I imagine Eastbrook will go for it here in this situation.
Again, Elliott would be the odds-on choice.
Nothing to lose for Eastbrook at this point. And it'll be a first down, Luke Elliott. Let's check in with Kyle Johnson once more down on the field.
Thanks, Roger. Along the Eastbrook sideline, their body language is very, very happy, obviously, up 28-7. And especially after that last touchdown, a lot of smiles, a lot of high fives, a lot of camaraderie on the Eastbrook sideline. Their fans are really pumped up about every play, the fumble recovery most recently. And the student section is actually quite small, but they are very pumped up. A lot of cowbells. It's loud down here. Across the way again on Mississinewa side, not so much. Very somber mood, Shaley says. All right, Roger, back to you.
We're getting a heavy dose right now of Luke Elliott as we're into the fourth quarter. And why not? Just going to continue to pound away, run clock, and just pick up first downs.
You're in four down territory, too. There's no need to punt. You've got a 3-touchdown lead. Just run the clock.
Liddick gives it off to Watson here. And the ball is on the turf now. Let's see who has it. That was an odd-looking play. I'm not sure. Watson. No, it's not Watson. Who comes out underneath that pile for Eastbrook? It was Garrett Bradley. Not sure if Liddick handed it off to Watson or if he just kind of took it out of his hands.
That's because they were both running. They ran some distance together.
Just a strange looking play. There you see the
there,
fumble.
and it did come out.
Boy, it was loose for quite a while.
It was. A little extracurricular activity that's going on there.
Like a rugby scrum. Well, it's third down for Eastbrook. 3rd and 5, a long 5.
Yeah.
Barajas on the jet sweep left side. Flag on the play. He slipped one tackle, got the first down, but I think this one's going to come back.
Looked like a holding out there right as he was ready to turn by the wide receiver. Looks like Barajas is coming off. Must have taken a ding there.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still remain 3rd down.
Well, with the penalty being marched off here, it'll be 3rd and long for Eastbrook. It's like about 3rd and 15.
Now this is where Coach Adams has got to make a decision. You just want to run it here and then punt it because it takes you out of that, I think, out of 4-down territory, or do you throw it?
I think they're going to run it, see what happens on this 3rd down. Elliott just a couple yards. You know, if he picks up 7 or 8 there, then they might think about going for it on 4th.
See, they're going for it anyhow. No, here comes the punt team.
Yep.
The holding really took them out of that 4-down territory, and now you really do have to punt the ball. And now there's a...
Was that a substitution?
Substitution infraction against the offense.
12 guys on the field.
That'll march you back 5 more yards. Back the Panthers up 5 more yards, so 4th down and 18 from the 44-yard line. Heisman schemes back at the 12-yard line. Runs up, makes the punt, and then is taken down immediately at the 16-yard line. Once again, I think that was Tyler Bennett with the big hit, but there's a flag on the play.
Tyler Bennett came down and just drilled him right there at about the 17-yard line.
Holding on the return team, the 10 yards from the end of the run.
Take a look at the replay here, and
boom.
Tyler Bennett knows for the football. That really was not a smart holding penalty because that was, what, 30 yards away from the play.
Yeah, and now it's a half the distance. So you're starting, you're 3 touchdowns down, 9.5 minutes to go. And oh, by the way, we're starting 92 yards away from pay dirt.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mississinewa Indians at the 9-yard line. Sharon has 22 carries on the night, approaching 100 yards, just short of that with 98 yards. But Luke Elliott's been the story for Eastbrook. There's a completed pass out here to Sharon, but taken down almost immediately on the tackle for Eastbrook was Will Bratcher.
Take the sweep with Sharon. Then he rolls out to his right, throws back to Sharon, but Eastbrook was not fooled.
Sharon 22 carries, but 25 carries for Elliott. There's a nice pitch out here. Nice throw from McCoy out to Cowgill, who'll be taken down just maybe about a yard short of the first down.
Roger, he got hung up on that. He took a hit, and you can see he's still reeling from that just a little bit. You don't want to hang up your receiver with a ball that hangs in the air.
Is that a quarterback sneak, or did he fumble the football?
I think it was a sneak.
It's going to be a first down.
We have a nice view up here, Roger. It is this Ball State, their football stadium. And this is the fourth quarter of the fourth game, so it's kind of a magic time for the whole staff here as a complete 4 games in one day.
The rarity here in the second half for Mississinewa is a first down for the Indians. They just struggled to get first down and a good drive together here in the second half. And Ron, we get to have the fun part, just show up here and talk, but I know the entire crew, with Randall King and Nate Johnson, Paul Chris, Garrett Matney, and a whole host of students. They were here all day yesterday getting things set up, and they do all the hard work. We get to have fun.
We do, and what fun it's been, and it's like watching a widescreen television for us up here as the view from the press box up here is just magnificent.
Incomplete pass will make it second down and 10. Mississinewa desperately just trying to get something positive to go their way here on the offensive end of the football. And even if you don't win the game, you certainly want to leave this game with maybe some positive momentum. Looking forward to next week.
Sure.
Sharon hit right at the line of scrimmage and taken down there once again. That time on the tackle, I think that was Alex Gunter. You know, you get guys like Alex Gunter and Wallace. There's not the biggest guys on the field, but
quicks.
Yes,
they are quick. And we talked about how big Mississinewa's line is. Right now, they're just getting out quick by the smaller defensive line for Eastbrook.
And Eastbrook, they play low and they tackle well. Here's a toss across the middle. Cowgill has it. 35-40. Makes the move at the 45 across midfield. 40, 30, and finally run out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
I'm sure we'll see this one again. You see this little skinny post that he runs and has plenty of time to throw. Here we see him coming right up on what we call a skinny post, going up and bending it a little bit towards the goal post here. Nice ball right on his hands. He makes a nice good cut right there, picks up a block, takes it down, and goes out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Tyler Bennett, the man who finally pushed Cowgill out of bounds, but a big play for Mississinewa. McCoy gets his feet under him, but he's going to go down for a big loss back outside the 35 to the 37-yard line.
That line just reached up and tripped him. I'm saying that's the only thing I can figure out, because there was nothing that really took him down. He just lost his balance and went down. There you go. He's losing his balance right here.
And then the defense just all over him. Well, a big loss of 11 yards makes it second down and 21. Rolling to his right is McCoy. He's got some running room, but dumps it short. Here's Heisman Schemes inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line.
Well, you pick up about half here, and you still got, you're going for it on all 4 downs if you need it. So smart thing that time, because Eastbrook is playing pass prevent right now. They're rushing 3. They've got 5 under on man-to-man protection, and then 2 guys that are deep that are saying you can't get past us.
Second and 12. Rolling to his left. McCoy stops, throws across the middle, and over the head of the intended receiver that time, Brandon Baker. Make it 4th down and 12. You might as well go for it.
You have to. I think you really do, and it will say something to Coach Funk as if they do, because really since that first quarter, the offense has been stymied. They've either made mistakes or turned it over, and now they're facing 4th and long again, needing a touchdown in the worst way with 6 minutes to go.
Well, McCoy will set up back in the shotgun as Cameron Baker down to the bottom of the screen. Bad snap and a whistle.
Called it down.
I don't know about that.
I don't
I
either.
do not think that McCoy's knee was down. Neither does Coach Kurt Funk.
I think what they're saying was that he was holding the ball on the ground, and if you're holding it on the ground, but I don't think that means you're down. I think he has a valid argument maybe here.
Now we'll have instant replay here, and I see Coach Funk looking at the board.
You know what? His knee went down. His knee went down for just a second. Yeah, he did. Good call by the official.
We saw that earlier today in a punting situation where the punter went down to get a low snap. We'll take a look at it here once again.
I think you're going to see a knee go down right there. Right there, his right knee went down.
I should have never have questioned the official.
That's right. That's right.
Be rebuked by Matthew Trexler.
Well, certainly we hear the Eastbrook people down below us.
Yep.
They are cheering and kind of going crazy. Their team at this point looks like they're going to go to 6-0. They've got the ball again. They've played really well, I think, the second half. They've done a nice job defensively for the last 3 quarters. Yeah. Offensively, they made it go in the second quarter and the third quarter. Now it's just a matter of running out the clock.
Liddick rolls to his left. He'll keep it. And instead of doing anything silly there, he saw all the defenders and just goes down.
You know what? He's still... I guess he is okay.
Approaching the 5-minute mark. Clock continues to run, and that's what Eastbrook wants to do, just run clock. I can't imagine they're going to put the ball in the air.
I mean,
no matter the circumstance.
It truly is what you've heard many times said. The clock is now Mississinewa's enemy because they can't stop it like they'd like, and Eastbrook has got the ball, and they're running it.
3rd and long. Elliott will pick up about 5 yards. Boy, Luke Elliott. Now, here's an old term for you. You know, the bell cow.
Yep.
He has been the bell cow here for Eastbrook. 29 carries, 131 yards.
Well, he needs one more carry. That truly does become the workhorse. It doesn't look like he's going to get that one more carry because they're going to punt the ball away. Mississinewa will have one more chance to score against this very stubborn Eastbrook defense.
Well, Eastbrook coming into this football game, Ron, averaging 46.5 points on offense, but more impressively, only given up 8.5 points tonight. They've only given up 7 to what can be a very good Mississinewa offense.
Yeah, but I'm impressed with, there's the fake. There's the fake. No, they're going to pooch it.
That little Australian rules punt works for Eastbrook. Inside the 20, inside the 15, and down at the 11-yard line. You know, we really haven't said much about Mississinewa's defense, but you hold a team that's getting 46, 47 points a game down to 28. They have done a yeoman's job there, too. It's just the offense hasn't stayed with the defense like they'd like it to, and certainly the turnovers that Eastbrook haven't had is what Mississinewa have had. And when you give the ball away, and it kills those possessions, and it also kills any chance to score them. Be 1st and 10 for Mississinewa. Ball resting at the 12-yard line. Under 4 minutes to go now here in the football game. 3:42 to go.
Both teams still have their number 1 teams in, their first-string teams in, both offensively and defensively.
Of course, as we mentioned, this Eastbrook victory sets up really the game of the year in the CIC next week at Eastbrook when Oak Hill will bring the milk can, or as I prefer to call it, the rusty spittoon, to Eastbrook for really what will be the CIC championship ball game.
Yeah, it really does. And I've always said this, Eastbrook, when you're playing Eastbrook automatically has a 2-touchdown favor just because they're playing at home. They don't lose there very often.
No.
Well, we've got a timeout, and I think Coach Kurt Funk is really trying to get his guys over there to say one more time. Let's do it one more time. What you're going to see from Eastbrook is a pass prevent. You're going to see those 2 secondary guys deep, probably playing at 20 yards off the ball, and then playing man under and rush with 3, maybe bring a linebacker to be a 4th guy to rush. But they're going to make it awfully tough for Mississinewa to get a deep pass against them.
First and 10 for Mississinewa. McCoy back in the shotgun. He has 2 receivers split to the right and to the left. Straight drop, dumps it off to Sharon. Lots of running room across the 20, out over the 25 to the 27-yard line.
That's how you pick up yards. Just throw it underneath and then let him run until he gets tackled. What a nice little swing pass this is. Nobody out there because they're all playing deep. And he picks up about 15 yards and a first down.
3.5 minutes to go. McCoy back once again in the shotgun. Has 3 receivers down to the bottom of her screen. Hits Sharon once again, and that time he's hit hard and taken down immediately by number 45, Blaine Altum.
Looked like they were trying to run a screen to the inside man, and Eastbrook had nothing to do. I mean, they just covered it well.
Second down and 12 after a loss of a couple yards on that play. Quick snap. Throw out here to, who was that? Number 82 for Mississinewa is Cameron Baker. He makes the catch, has first down yardage and about a yard more out to the 38-yard line. So Mississinewa will have a first and 10 from there.
Pass was really right on spot. Little hitch action. He goes down 8 and turns around. Then he gets the first down with his catch and run.
McCoy rolling to his left, throws on the run, and has it complete to Cowgill. That was a nice throw on the run from Cade McCoy.
And McCoy trying to get him going in a hurry here. They're second short. This is where you might want to just go ahead and throw it deep. Maybe run the quadruple fade route and see if you can hit somebody.
3 receivers split out to the right for Mississinewa. McCoy will roll that way. Under pressure, throws on the run, and it is knocked away. Incomplete. Tyler Bennett on the coverage that time for Eastbrook.
Nice play on the cover as he gets in front of the receiver and knocks the ball away.
McCoy's got a pretty good arm, but that was a very difficult throw he was attempting right there.
Going to his right and not setting up, you lose a little bit of accuracy.
So the Indians just
look for the first down. They had 3rd and short, and they really needed that yard to get the first down. Go back to that deep passing game. You see the trips up top, and you're always sending somebody deep. And right now, what I've seen last couple times into a flood route where you have levels with your 3 receivers on the right side.
Under 2 minutes to go. McCoy on the run to his right. He'll have to throw it out of bounds, incomplete. And he was taken down hard that time just as he let go of the football by Alex Gunter. Second down and 10.
Excuse me. You're gonna see Eastbrook just bend a little bit. They don't care if you get a few yards on them. They're not going to give up the deep yards. So they're going to play deep enough that if he wants to throw underneath them, they can have it. But if he wants to throw more than 7 or 8 yards, they're going to challenge him and put a lot of pressure on that ball.
He's a quick hitter.
Oh, nice.
Schemes broke 1 tackle, 45-40. Makes another man miss, still on his feet at the 30. And finally run down and out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Heisman Skeens, he's the leading receiver from Mississinewa. He's had kind of a quiet night. They defended him well.
We see him make a nice move here on the backer. See that little step move, and then he goes up and gets the ball down. A big play for Mississinewa in that second extra effort to get that extra 5 yards by Heisman Skeens.
25 yards on that reception, but only the second catch of the night for Skeens. McCoy, pump fake, now throws, and
he hit the receiver in the back of the head.
And now there's a flag at the end of the play, and I think we're going to have maybe a roughing the passer penalty.
Personal foul. On the defense, roughing the passer.
Coach Adamson will not be happy with that.
So that will give Mississinewa 15 more yards and, of course, another first down.
Roughing the passer, automatic first down, 15 yards.
And Mississinewa with the minute 23 to go. Trying to get a touchdown on the board for Pride here, but makes it that much more doable here, as now they'll have it 1st and 10.
Here we see the instant replay, and 19 out here
Oh.
actually gets hit in the back.
That was an easy call.
Yeah.
Oh, just getting blown up on the right flat that time. Not sure if that was Sharon. It was, but he is
hurt.
Mississinewa.
He is hurt.
Their final timeout.
That'll be the 3rd and final timeout for Mississinewa. I'm not sure who that was.
That was Sharon, and he, this little halfback flare out here, and he gets lit up with a helmet to the chest.
Alex Gunter with another big hit. He's had a couple of those tonight.
Yeah, he has, and that's an open field hit, and there's nothing you can do to protect yourself. You catch, you turn around, and you've got somebody coming at full speed into your chest. That hurts.
Minute 13 to go here in the football game. It will be 2nd down and 13. The ball resting just outside of the 15-yard line at the 16.
I believe that was Mississinewa's last timeout.
Yep.
And so now the clock will run. They've kind of milked this clock to get downfield. They've done a nice job getting down here to the 15-yard line. This last 15 may prove to be tough to get.
Brandon Baker set out wide to left on the bottom of the screen. Toss across the middle for Skeens. He was open, but the pass was behind him. Incomplete.
Trying to get the play called in. Things have just really slowed down to a very slow pace. Mississinewa trying to push in this last score.
McCoy on 3rd and long. Across the middle once again. This time incomplete, but a flag on the play, and this is probably going to be a pass interference call.
And in high school, it's not a spot foul. It's a 15-yard from the line of scrimmage. In this case, it'll be half the distance.
But an automatic first down.
But yeah.
Defensive pass interference. It'll be half the distance. Still be 3rd down.
No, it's 3rd down?
Yeah.
I thought that was an automatic first, but I stand corrected.
The only thing in high school that's automatic is your personal fouls.
All right. So now it will be 3rd down once again. But the ball now sitting at the 7-yard line.
Got
7.5.
Trips down here to the left, and this is the first time we've seen him run the trips to the left since the first half.
Here's the loft to the corner of the end zone, incomplete. McCoy looking for Cameron Baker. It's over everyone's head, and so now it's 4th down.
Do or die now. I can't say that because they conceivably could get a first down, but 4th down, minute 1 to go. You got to go for the end zone.
Well, I don't think Mississinewa wanted to pass the ball 24 times this ball game, but this will be 25 here. No, it's the keeper from McCoy, and he'll be stopped well short. No chance on that play for Cade McCoy. And Eastbrook will take over on downs. We're under a minute to go.
Couple of kneel downs here in the victory formation, and this game will be history. And Eastbrook, you're going to see go to 6-0. Oak Hill in Grant County 6-0. Game next week to decide who's going to not just be the CIC champ, but who's going to be the Grant County champ.
57 seconds to go. Oh, excuse me, Eastbrook, as we take a look at this replay. I think Mississinewa thought they might be able to surprise the Panther defense that time, but they were ready.
No, they were absolutely ready. They were in a man-to-man situation, Eastbrook was, so they had 5 guys on the quarterback looking at what he was doing.
Well, depending on how long it takes an official to spot the ball after the Panthers take a knee, we'll have that play, and
they will not be in any hurry. Either way, they're not going to be in any hurry. That's called the victory formation when you have the double tight and everybody in tight around the quarterback. He just takes the knee. You lose about a half yard off of it, but what you're really doing here is making the clock run.
Yep.
We'll get one more kneel down, and this game will be over.
Well, impressive performance from the Eastbrook Panthers on the offensive end, to be sure, but maybe more so on the defensive end tonight.
Defense has been great. They've caused turnovers, both interceptions and fumbles. They've done everything they have to. Their specialty teams have produced the first touchdown of the game. It was a complete package win for Eastbrook.
Well, as the clock winds down and hits 3 zeros, the final score, the Eastbrook Panthers 28, the Mississinewa Indians 7. And your final score brings to a close 4 straight games here from Schumann Stadium in a day full of CIC football action. It's been a great day.
Wonderful day. Ball State, great setting for this. Centrally located. Certainly we saw this last game being a very good game as Eastbrook comes out on top. We saw Oak Hill come out on top. Those two teams look like they are the teams in the CIC this year.
On that, Ron sets up, we've talked about it several times tonight, next week, Oak Hill and Eastbrook. You know, be very interested to see what Oak Hill looks like with Durkis being able to come back next week. He was able, Coach Bud Osmond was able to keep him out of the game today, get him rested, help that shoulder heal up even more. But they had the 1-2 punch with Noah King. Adam McDivot's playing well at quarterback. Oak Hill is getting better as the year goes along. So as Eastbrook, this should be a whale of a ball game.
You know, I looked before the game. Oak Hill has Coach Bud Osmond has been there now. He's one of the deans of the conference, the CIC conference, as is Coach Adamson. They both have experienced coaching staffs. Coach Adamson, I know, has at least one that have been with him for 25 years, several that have been with him for over 15 years. When you have a program like that, Coach Osmond the same way. When you have a programs like that, you're going to be successful. We have 2 very successful coaches that are going to collide next Saturday or next Friday over at Eastbrook, and I think it's going to be a whale of a game.
Well, we can't wait to bring it to you. Again, that'll be next Friday. Oak Hill at Eastbrook on WIW-TV. It'll be not only the game of the week, it'll be your game of the year. Live stream, 11 o'clock that evening. Well, for our entire WIW crew, I'm Roger Alcock for Ron Vermillion. Out on the field, Shaylee Clark and Kyle Johnson, our entire crew down in the truck. For our spotter and statistician, Corey Key. For everyone here, we want to say thank you for joining us. It's been a great day bringing you CIC football here on WIW-TV and WIWTV.com. We'll see you next week.